What's up, guys? Jez here from WhiskefyTV. We are episode 75, and I have another bottle for your whiskey Wednesday. So let me grab a glass, and we will talk about it. I'm sorry, Cleo moved. So, as you can see, and as I hyped up yesterday, this is a bottle of WhistlePig Single Barrel Rye. Claiming to be 10 years old, but we all know it's a little bit older than that. So, now, this is Whiskey Hunt Australia's barrel pick. It is 108.2 proof. What is that? 54.1% ABV. It is, I'm not good with math, but I'll show you guys the back so you can get a good idea. Is 17 years old, and then he's got a cool sticker on the back, but it's a little bit older than 17. We're getting closer to 18 years on this puppy. I'm gonna, before I continue, actually I'm gonna pop this out, pour it, and then I can tell you guys a little bit more. It is, oh, that cork is wet, real wet. It just kind of slid right out. So I had that like directly over it too, and it still managed to spill. As normal, I've gone, sat down, done my tasting notes for it. So I already know what I'm getting into, but it's yummy. Okay, so I paid 85 Australian dollars for it. Majority of the single barrel picks for the WhistlePig, you're looking at about 95 US dollars, probably going up as well. They run a charred oak barrel, Bidici, and they're using probably sound like I said something else. They're using Vermont white oak compared to your typical American oak, because this is from Vermont, and they're using 100% rye on their mashbill. So let me go into a little bit of a story. So I haven't spoken about WhistlePig before. I'm sliding out of frame there, so I'll just move a little bit so I don't go too far. So yeah, I haven't spoken about WhistlePig before, so I just got a little bit to say about them, and then we'll go into the tasting notes. So WhistlePig Distillery was founded on a dream. I pulled all this from the website, so it all should be about 82% factual. Let's hope. Yeah, founded on a dream, 2007, WhistlePig founders bought an old dairy farm in, as I said, Vermont. They brought on Master Distiller Dave Pickerell. You guys would probably know him from A, WhistlePig, B, Makers, and C, I've actually spoken about it before, which is Blackened as well, to curate some of the finest Canadian rye they could get their hands on. And that's how they ended up with, I guess, the original 10-year release. Not this one, but the original 10-year release. Fast forward to 2015, they opened up a 500-acre refurbed, renovated, whatever you call it, dairy farm, where they now do basically everything on site. So we're talking, they're cutting the grass, i.e. rye, they're cutting the rye, they're mashing, they're fermenting, they're distilling, they're bottling, they're, what are they, barreling, aging, bottling. Yes, I got everything. Very good. And if you're wondering the name of the WhistlePig, where it came from, I had a brief read and it was way too many words for me to properly remember. So one of the WhistlePig founders was hiking, and he heard a noise. It was like some guy on a bike. He kind of rode up behind him. He's just like pulls up, kind of skids forward a little bit, and then the Canadian guys, not the Canadian guy, the French guys, like, oh, did you hear that noise? It must have been a WhistlePig, and he's doing some, making kissing noises with his lips or something, and the founder was confused, and then off he went, and then that was the story. So it's a very weird story, and I probably explained it wrong as well, so you guys have the wrong information. But that's always fun. Please don't tell me my recording stopped. We are good, very good. We're only at 5 minutes too, so it's great. Good stuff. Okay, cool. I'm going to hook into these tasting notes, and then we can go through it. So, as I said earlier, I've already gone through it. It's actually got a good golden hue to it. Prior to a few weeks ago, I didn't actually realize that WhistlePig was from Vermont. I didn't really pay attention to WhistlePig, but I didn't actually realize it was from Vermont. I thought it was like some US rye, but there you go. Because there's plenty of Canadian ryes out there as well, like Pine Creek. Is that Canadian rye? I think so. I digress though. So on the nose, I'm getting what can only be described as this banana, and it kind of reminds me like an instant flashback to like my Jack Daniel's single barrel kind of stuff. As I kind of work my way through it though, there's more like a toasted oak, there's some coca, vanilla, maybe some like fresh spearmint. Kind of reminds me of like the Wrigley's chewing gum a little bit. Don't know why I did that, but you know what I mean. More like that. Good stuff though. Good stuff. It's the nose is kind of drawn me in a little bit, so. As I give that puppy a good Kentucky chew, it's a mid viscosity, so it's not overly thick and not really watery. Gives me this full mouth spice coating, and it's more of like what I want to describe as mouth napalm. So it just like the whole mouth is on fire. Super cool stuff. And there was also like, as I had one of them in my mouth for a little bit, getting this flat cola aspect to it as well, which is, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Going for another taste, and I'll lay it out on the finish. Okay, so finishes got this typical of spearmint leaves. If you guys are familiar, I swear I don't have fleas. The jelly lollies. I don't know if you guys have them over there. Like kind of like spearmint leaves. Maybe Australian only. Who knows? Kind of a bit like that. It's a mid finish, and then a little bit of caramel on the end there, which is always fun. I always enjoy a little bit of caramel. But that's about it. There's probably other stuff going on there, but yeah, I'm not really getting it. It's not triggering a memory, so I'm working with that, and hopefully that made a little bit of sense to you guys. I'm going to roll on to this by bar or pass. Now, a couple of facts is it is a 17-year-old Canadian rye for $185. I didn't even tell you guys the pick name, but you guys saw it. But anyway, it makes sense in a second. That $185 for a 17-year-old rye, if you're not familiar with WhistlePig and their older age-stated ryes, you're talking the Boss Hogs and your 18-year rye. So in Australia, for us to get a Boss Hog, I've seen them go from, I think like 1,500, working its way down to about 900 odd bucks for a bottle. And then the 18-year rye, which is, I believe it's about 800 at the moment. So we're seeing almost 5 times the value buying one of these compared to buying a Boss Hog release. And ours is, as I showed you guys earlier, Head Honcho. It's actually, it's rather cool. But it's not mine, it's Whiskey Hunt Australia's, but ours is in Australia. The label actually is super funky because it gives it like a Prime Minister, President kind of vibes. There's like an Australian flag going on there. Little piggies wearing a tie, glass of whiskey, cigar in one end, bottle of WhistlePig in the other. Can't go wrong. I do love a good rye. Rye is my happy place. So it's, I'm sorry, am I keeping you up? The dog is looking at me, trying to work out what I'm doing. Yeah, love a good rye. Rye's my happy place. A lot of spice, a lot of flavor there. Just kind of, it's good stuff. And it's got all those Jack Daniels vibes on the nose, as I said. So it's got that banana, that, did I say cocoa? I wrote that down. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, it's got coconuts there, so more toasted banana bready kind of thing happening there. So I'm going to knock this down as a buy, but unfortunately it is sold out. So hopefully you guys can at least get a 17-year-old pick, because the curate Whiskey Hunt Australia absolutely cleaned up with this pick. So they did extremely well. I don't know who she's looking at. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys can actually find this at a bar, please taste it because it's good stuff. Or if you guys have tried a similar pick, or you have this pick, please let me know your tasting notes and your thoughts, and see how spot on we all are. Well, you know, we all taste different things, but if we're all getting around about the same note, hey, it's not a bad day in the office. But yeah, if you guys also haven't checked out my socials, please do. I appreciate the follow, I appreciate the love. I believe I have a giveaway coming up soon for the US listeners. Australian one I'm still working on, haven't decided what I want to do yet. Just means buying more bottles. Hey, no one's complaining. And yeah, if you guys want to check out, actually, if you guys have made it to the 12-minute and 30-second mark, you guys need to check out the podcast I was on with the boys from Cookie and Cream. We were just telling jokes for about an hour 45. It's crazy. It was a good time. But if you you don't like funny jokes, probably don't listen to it. It's a bit 18 plus. It's a bit off the rails. We went off the rails rather quickly. So good time. Anyway, thank you. Love y'all. Hopefully I will see you guys next Whiskey Wednesday. Stay thirsty.